Welcome back, guys. So today's video is going to be all about the deluxe set for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, I've had this set for probably over a year now, and I have been dying to do a video on it for a long time, but it's just never been the right time to do it. Either the games room's been a mess, or it's just not one of them, it's not fallen right, and I've not been able to do it. But right now I feel it's a good opportunity for me to do this. Now I'm gonna have to try and do this one-handed. So what I'll probably do is just show you the outside of the box first and the condition it's in. It's a great little set. It's in great condition, and the story goes with this. Like, I've wanted one of these since I was a kid, and my good friend Sega Zombie managed to hook me up. This one coming to his shop at the Retro Realm. I will put a link to both Scott's channel himself and a link to his shop. Fantastic place in Ipswich, which has just recently gone on overhaul, and we're now looking at a bigger shop, which is even better because so much more retro stuff on display. But yeah, this came into his store and he knew how much I wanted one, and he messaged me. He said, "Al, I've got this coming, what do you think?" Well, there's only ever going to be one answer, and that was yes, 100% yes. He done me a great deal on the price. He looked after me, and yeah, I was over the moon. As you can see, it's got a few marks on it, like there's a hole there slightly in the box, which maybe I could repair, but do you know what, I think I'm just going to leave it because it's all part of it. Now, I did purchase one of these. I don't know if you can see that as it's out of the box in a minute, because it was a bit glary with it still in there. Now you can see it's got a few scratches and things on it where it's been sitting in my games room. Now that I paid £35 for that, but I think that's worth every penny to put this over the box and protect it when it's in the games room. But yeah, it's out of it now, and we're going to open her up and we're going to see what it's all about. Right, hang on a sec. Right, so I've moved the outer casing, and this is how it came. Now, this has got a couple of bits missing, which, at some point I will track them down, and I do believe I'm going to 3D print the other piece that it needs. So, the one main obvious bit it's missing is the Duck Hunt box. Now, I have got a boxed Duck Hunt case, but as you can see there, it's got France on there, and I think the Garamite version of this is also got France in it. So I imagine this was a very early one, because I think a lot of the early games like that, they kind of put the box with France, I believe. Now, anyone in the comments can probably educate me a bit more, but I'm pretty sure a lot of like this Zelda game up here, if I was to open that up, I'm sure my version of that says France. Now, the only other one that doesn't, I think, is the Mattel version. My version isn't the Mattel version. So yeah, I've got a Duck Hunt box that I need to track down for that. Now, this Nintendo in here is actually my old one that I used to use all the time, because this one was in a little bit better condition than the one was here. So the one that came in this set I actually use all the time now with, when I'm playing my general games on the setup over here. I just felt that my one just looked slightly better, so I popped it in there, switched them over. This one is the orange gun version. They also do a grey gun version, which I believe they changed the orange and the grey gun around because there was concern that people would kids would take these guns out, and people would actually think they are real guns, which I find highly amusing. but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how the orange gun come about. So I must admit, I think this is a UK version. Yeah, as you can see on the box there, UK version. On the older versions, I believe they are a grey gun. Now my version's got the original posters here, the original Rob the Robot poster, which I can do one-handed, but I don't want to break it. Please don't break it. I'll tell you what, I will do some B-roll or whatever they call it, footage over the top with them, showing them off. Rob the Robot manual. I mean, it's very cool to have all this, you know. And kids today now, they don't really get much like this. And in the future now, after Sony's announcement a few days ago, we're going to a digital games only, which is sad, really. You don't get to feel the product, you don't get to look at it, you don't get to get like cool artwork like that. Yeah, it's a shame, really. But yeah, it came with all 3 booklets, so the R.O.B, the NES, and the Zapper. Come with its warranty card. I imagine it's out of its warranty now. And obviously you've got your bits here, like so you've got your power pack, controllers. They even come with all its little baggies, which I should really go through and maybe when I put it back. Or the idea is actually, guys, is to set this up and use it with my TV setup over here now. So that is one of the main reasons that I wanted to do this video today. And so yeah, you came with 2 controllers. Like I said, guys, apologies, I'm on my own. I did try setting it up my stand so I could use both my hands, but it was just too difficult to capture everything, really. So I wanted to get more of a close-up, so you could see everything that was in the box. What have we got here? Just like, even the person that had it before has left all like the cable tie things that come with it. It's so cool, it's got all its original bags. I do love that. I'm probably a bit of a nerd, I suppose. But yeah, it's really cool that it's got all these bits and pieces. And then it's got the AF cable that we wouldn't use nowadays, I imagine. But oh, look at the length on that. You know, you can console so far away from the TV. And then here we go. We've got R.O.B himself. Oh, it's so cool, isn't it? I do love that. And he will have to stay out now. So, you know, I would get really upset if he got damaged, but seeing as it's mainly just me in this games room now, I'm pretty confident we can set him up and leave him there. Maybe get a little cover to go over the top of him when he's not being used. So I believe he takes 4 AA batteries, which I purchased over here. Not cheap batteries nowadays. Over £10 for these batteries I paid today. God. And then we've got the spinner, which takes 1 D battery, which we got here. I cannot remember the last time I had to buy a D battery. It was a long time ago. Now, this is like the cradle that R.O.B sort of sits in, or not necessarily sits in, or the controller sits in. These are the spinners, and even the spinners have still got, look, what's this on here? Do not touch while operating. I imagine, I'm wondering if this ever got used, you know, guys. I think maybe this set was bought. Saying that, this is one of the other parts that's missing, so I need to 3D print one of these, or the opposite hand. Probably what I will do is I will 3D print a pair, so you know there's no confusion. And these bits, I think they go on here somehow. I'm not exactly sure how. We'll have to look into that. And yeah, I know it's missing one of them. So here we have, let me just tell you what guys, let me just move some of the stuff if I can. So yeah, again, this is part of the setup where it uses it to turn it on and off or move the spindles. And as you can see there, the R.O.B will hit one side of that and it pushes that button there, and the controller actually sits like that, so it can hit the A and the B button like that. So when it pushes it, there you can see that, pushes the button, which I find really cool. So yeah, here we go guys, look, I'm going to get the spinners out, I'm going to set it all up, and hopefully the next time you see me we will be playing with Rob the robot. Right guys, we're back and we're all set up. A few little teething problems, but they've all been resolved, hopefully. So I've got my NES there set up. We've got the CRT TV facing the right direction, because the way this works is very similar to the Zapper. It Rob here with his eyes picks up flashes off the TV screen, so that's how he realizes what commands to do. So I do believe there must be, like, I don't know how exactly it works, but there must be different kind of flashes for it to know whether to go up, down, left, right, grab. If you're eagle-eyed, you can see that I've 3D printed him a claw. I actually 3D printed him too. And this is orange. Now, don't get me wrong, I could quite easily probably get one of my friends to resin print me one of these ones, and it would look legit. But I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to this sort of thing, and counterfeiting parts and things like that. And obviously, being orange, there's no arguing that you know that bit's been rebuilt. And I kind of like that, because you know it's not original. I don't like it when people make, you know, a lot of people now are counterfeiting, well, not counterfeiting, but they're reproduction boxes to look identical. And some, you know, I don't know if I've got one in my collection. I'm pretty sure I haven't, but who knows? You know, they're so good now. So like whenever I do something like this, I want it to stand out like a sore thumb, so we know that it's not the original part. But anyway, it's enough waffle for a second. Let's move that box art out of the way and let me show you. So basically, how it works is you've got the two control pads connected to the NES, one which I control, which is in port 1, and the other one which is connected to this cradle here. So what we do, I can show you when you push start on here. So this brings up this mode, and you can do what they call a direct. So this is direct mode. So on the commands here, if I press up, it says up there, and Rob moves up. So I push down, moving down. I push left, it goes left, which is confusing because I imagine you'd be sitting behind, but I'm sitting to the side, so I get confused sometimes which way to go with the control pad. And then you can go, and then the A and the B button will, I've done it the wrong way around there, so it is B to close and A to open. So as you see the screen, I don't even notice when I push the A button. Sorry about the flicker. You should see a brighter flicker when I push the A button. Here we go. Do you see that? So that's how he picks it up from the command on the TV. Right, let's just set him back to where he should be. And I believe, we'll try and work it out. So if I want him to go left, I've got to go like that. That's right. And let's go back to this, which is the game mode. I've played this like for 5 minutes, guys, and I was confused to start with. So let's see how I get on. So basically, you've got these pillars, here, and if you look here, if I press down on there, which pushes down on there, as you hold it down, the pillar stays down. If it goes back up, if the pressure goes off the keypad, it goes back up. So what I think you have to do is, if you press start, it goes into this blue screen mode, and then if I now press right, Rob moves right, and I can just keep pushing the start button to get him to do the commands. He's not moved, my guy, because at the minute we've got that pillar in the way. Now, oh no. When it's not in a blue screen, I can move the Professor, but obviously I can't get past that until that pillar's down. So what you have to do is you have to lift the spindles. Now this is a problem I've noticed with my rod. So I imagine there's a cog or something that's a bit loose. When you've got weight on here at the front, he does struggle. It could be a common fault, I don't know, but he does struggle to go up. See that? Now you do have a timer in a corner. It is quite generous. So let's see if I can do it. Oh no, I've gone the wrong way. And then when you come around to here, you see this bit here. You'll see it as it comes around. What you do is you now put the bit in there, and he starts to spin. When he's at full pelt, I think we're there. You lift it back up. We've cleared it. You send it back over. Now we need it to go on the blue one, and you have to go all the way down, and it pushes the button down, and the pillars move. So now that we're not in the blue screen, we can move over. We can pick this radish up, and we want to put that there, I think. So this guy here, if he comes along, if this guy comes along, he will eat that and he won't kill us. Now this is still spinning. Let's put it in there, which now sends the pillar back up so we can walk across. Maybe it left. I don't know if we've got enough spin there to keep going. Now I'm not entirely sure what the dynamite does. Now, is this guy gonna come back on me? Oh no, he's going down. Now, lift the spindle up again. And get this dynamite. I think we better get this dynamite first. Oh no, I'm in trouble now. Oh, I'm in big trouble. He's got me. Oh well. But yeah, as you can see, that is the premise of it. Now, unfortunately, there was only 2 games made for Rob the Robot. One, which was Gyromite, which we've been playing right here. And the other one was Stack Up. Now, if you know your NES, Stack Up is the most expensive game, or one of the most expensive games on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I think like a loose copy here in the UK can set you back anything between £500 and £1,000 easily. And a box copy, well, I think the last box copy with the different kit that you need to go on, Rob, I think went for £2,000 last time I think it went. So not cheap. Ideally, I would love to get my hands on one of them one day. It's not a case of maybe the money side of things. It's more, they just don't come available. So yeah, you just got to kind of bide your time, save your money, and see if it comes available one day. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. It's been a bit different. I must admit, it's the first time I've ever played with the Rob the Robot, and I'm like a kid at Christmas. I really am. I really think it's a great little toy. And the history behind Rob the Robot, actually, I think, if I'm right in thinking, the robot was actually designed because of the crash of the early 80s of the video games. There was a bit of a reluctance to put video games and consoles into toy shops, so Nintendo designed Rob the Robot to sort of ease the pressure and say it was an interactive toy. So I imagine when they got it into the stores and then it took off and other games were coming out like Mario, you know, and all the other great games that came out on it, poor old Rob probably got left behind because it didn't need to be kind of utilised anymore, which is a real shame. I'd love to know why no more games were ever built for this, or if, you know, someone could, you know, like how people make homebrew games and, you know, reskins and things like that. I'd love to know if it could actually be done for this. I should look into it really, but I imagine it's very, very tricky with the way that this game works. But it'd be so cool if someone actually did make a homebrew game for it. Could give it a new lease of life. But unfortunately, I don't think it sold very well either. Or there's not that many people using it today. So that might also be the reason why there's no homebrew games for it too. But anyway, guys, that's enough waffle from me. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing on it. Till the next video, guys, take care.